Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is David Hodge, prophet of the seven churches, centered around the near event that's going to cause the attack of all blacks. Welcome. This is a continuation of the Abomination of Desolation. Apologize, brothers and sisters. My computer had cut off on me. Had some technical difficulties, but it's all fixed now, brothers and sisters. So let's continue. So before I start, I'll refresh you with the Holocaust again. Just so you'll never forget. All right. The Holocaust. A lot of you don't know what the Holocaust is, brothers and sisters. The Holocaust is our true experience. But these devils, they whitewash it and call it slavery. But we know that slavery is not a good definition or expression of our true experience, because it leaves out the affliction we suffered. It leaves out that we were murdered, raped. It leaves out they committed genocide on us, that we were tortured, tormented, experimented on, made miserable, totally and completely oppressed, and still is oppressed to this day. Prisoners. Prisoners in the land that's not ours, being oppressed by this wicked nation. And having to push a vision that's totally against us, totally against our nature, being forced to be here because they never gave us the proper transportation back home when they so-called fake freed you. Emancipation Proclamation. You're still on the plantation, brothers and sisters. You never left. We're still here in a land of horror, where they performed horrific things to you from the time they brought us here to this current date. The things that they did to us, it's hard to express those things and paint that vivid detail for you and give you the gruesomeness of it all. You would have to be as sick as them to give it to you. See, but they're not telling you. They're failing to tell you They're not going to tell you what they did to you. They're not going to tell you your true experience. That they burnt you alive, made you unrecognizable, cooked you alive, ate you, peeled you, gutted you, hung you, starved you, cut you open, disemboweled you, dismantled you, dismembered you, sodomized, castrated, raped, molested our families, had sex with our children, made our children carry their children, our women children carry their children, made our women carry their children, try to annihilate us, stopped us from reproducing, and they had first dibs on our women, adult and child, and they used them to breed us out of existence, to breed their demons, half devil, half man. Oreos, black on the outside, white on the inside, wolves in sheep clothing. Our closed enemy, these demons, because they look like us, act like us, talk like us, walk like us, but they're not us. Their master's children have the same mindset as their daddy, but they camouflage in with us, so it's dangerous. They're dangerous because we can't identify them. Our people can't identify them because we think that they're one of us. We think they're original. We think that they're original black like us. They black, but they ain't original black. They're Caucasian and black skin. They're camouflaged in with us. So they're dangerous. They did damage to us. They did damage to us when they plagued us with these demons. There's 34 million so-called blacks. Half of them is master's children. And they're the ones causing us to be other than ourselves, influencing, manipulating us to go against ourselves, to push this vision, master's vision, to believe in master's religion, believe in the same people who murdered and raped your ancestors, murderers, conquerors, destroyers, rapists, pedophiles, slave owners, to honor the same people who did all these things to us. To love these wicked, sick people, these pastors and preachers and reverends, these people that's motivating you to stay here, motivating you to push this vision and forget about yours, telling you to not think, don't worry, give it all to God, let go, let God handle your problems, but give me your money. But telling you to pray because they know prayers don't work. You can't bring nothing into existence from prayer, but they selling that to us. Part of your programming to make sure you still program, to keep you within the program, to keep you from thinking, to keep you from reality, to keep you from finding out that your reality is consequence. The very same thing that they said that you're exempt from because one man came and died for your sins and now you're not accountable. But that's not true. Now you're having all this turmoil and your life is havoc because you don't understand that your reality is mathematics, it's consequence. That you are the creator of your condition. That every action equals every action equals reaction. Every action equals consequence. You reap what you sow. So you're the one in control. They don't tell you that. So you do damage to yourself. So you be in self-destruct mode. So they have you where they want you. Manipulating you, confusing you, keeping you dumbed down, keeping you destroying yourself just like they want you to, keeping you from finding out the truth, keeping you under control, keeping you from finding out that you are the creator of everything. So disconnecting you, the creator, from your creation, so you don't know that you are the God. They have you believing in mysteries, mystery gods, miracles, and superstition, and voodoo, and crap. Got you believing in fairies, and Superman, and heroes, and stuff like that. Believing in spook stuff, which further take you away from reality, so you don't think logically. Keep you in la la land, make believe, false realities, make believe, brothers and sisters. That's how they control us, keep us on strings. They pulling all the strings. We're just dangling about, because religion, all religions, Christianity especially, which they have us they have us in a chokehold with Christianity. Our people are terrified we're going to hell. So they use that as a tactic of control, manipulating, a manipulative tool to terrorize your mind to absolute fear and total submission where they want you. And these things are all part of our experience, the Holocaust. They've done a number on us. Our people are completely terrified. We just want to go home. Wherever home wherever we think home is, which majority of our people, we have the enemy's mind, so we're Christians. So we believe that heaven is home. See, we want out. We want separation. But our people don't know they're going the wrong way. They don't know that they're the ones in control of their reality. There's no mystery God coming to save you. You have to save yourself. Our people don't know that they have a second vision. So we thinking we're going to heaven with Massa, because Massa told us we don't be good, we don't do these things, we can't make it. And that's always been a life goal of ours. We was tired of being tormented, so we did everything it took not to come back here. I can't come back. I'm ready to go to heaven, even though somehow we got to go with Massa. Even though Massa did all these horrible things, God messing with that, like, dang, you can't do nothing and you go straight to hell. But look at everything that Massa did to you, and he get to make it straight to heaven, and you still gotta go to heaven with your oppressor. You gotta be oppressed in heaven too. You gotta be serving in heaven too. See, terrorizing us. Even in heaven, you won't have any peace, because they coming. So what kind of God do they serve? We got the same God? Your God allowed that and allowed them to come in heaven before you, and you did nothing to these people, and they did everything to you, and they telling you going to hell, but everything they did should hell bound them, because it wasn't what they did wasn't the works of God. That wasn't God. Not the God that you believe in. You believe in a righteous God, right? You believe in a mighty God, right? Almighty God. You believe in a loving and a fierce, wrathful God, right? You believe in justice, a just God. This sound like just to you, brothers and sisters? That they get to get away with all this? They just get to go straight to heaven? But we do something we were programmed to do, and we're going to hell? We were stripped of all knowledge and programmed to think a certain way and they influence our thoughts, and we're sharing energy with these evil, wicked people and the people in the industry, master's children, these house Negroes, is pushing an agenda to control our minds, our subconscious, with their movies, with their television shows, with their entertainment, with their music. You got all these distractions that they're influencing, that false Israel's behind, making sure our people are all jacked up, so we don't know, so we don't think, so we don't see, so we don't realize that these people trying to wipe us out, so we don't realize that we the same people in the Bible, so we don't connect ourselves with them same people in the Bible that they told you was past tense, but it's future history. That we're living out the Bible, that we the same people that fit the description of having that went through affliction and servitude for 400 years plus. You see? They're keeping us programmed, keeping us within the program, keeping us blind, keeping us dumb, keeping us unaware of our danger, keeping us unaware of our second option, which is to separate from them and go home and get our reward. All Massa and all his children, including the demons, their job is to elude you away from your vision and have you pushing a vision that's against you, which doesn't include you. And at the end of the road is a dead end vision with your death stamped on it. It's a reality that don't even include the demons. They don't even know. So they're in for a rude awakening. They thought they helped Master. They thought they did a swell, good job. But they were to find out that Master don't like them either, because they still black. You see? They still got that black skin. Don't matter. Master don't give a damn about their mind. If they got the same mind as them, they use them as leverage to manipulate us. And once they finish, they finishing all of us, all blacks. They get rid of all of us, all traces of evidence. You see? So that's what we're talking about today. The near event. The abomination of desolation. Let's get started, brothers and sisters. All right. Abomination, desolation. This is the near event that's about to take place, brothers and sisters, that you must be prepared. Be prepared for, because your very life is in danger once this event happens. Your life is changed forever. And you would think that this would be a topic. This would be a conversation amongst black people about this event, because we're in danger. When this event takes place, we're surely in danger. But no one is warning us. No one is warning us about this event besides the Lamb, the breaker of the seven seals, Master Suleiman, and those who stand with him. No one else is telling you that blacks are in trouble when this event happens. So for you all who don't know what the abomination of desolation is, It's something that's not supposed to happen. It's destruction, desolation. That's not supposed to happen. It's an event that's not supposed to happen. That's why it's called the Abomination of Desolation. That the destruction was not supposed to happen towards a certain people. So if you've been paying attention, brothers and sisters, the Lamb has revealed, the angel has revealed that there's a war, an imminent war, that's bound to take place in the Middle East with Iran and false Israel. And everyone's counting on their top dollar. Everyone's betting on false Israel because they're God's so-called chosen people. So Iran is the underdog. No one thinks they're gonna win because the world is structured around the idea that false Israel is God's chosen people. That they're the true seed of Abraham. So if you read scripture, it says that they're victorious, that they prevail, that God comes and helps them. So everyone's convinced that they're going to win the war. But what happens if it go the opposite way? Which is what the angel reveals. That Iran is going to win. No one's going to see that coming. That's not supposed to happen. You see? According to scripture, that's not supposed to happen. If you understand it. If you understand the angel's perspective, which is Allah's plan, God's plan, Iran is going to win the war. False Israel is going to lose, which isn't supposed to happen according to scripture, because it says once God put the chosen people in their land, they are not to be uprooted or removed. So what happens when they lose the war? All hell's going to break loose. It's going to be the beginning of the attack of all blacks in Armageddon, which is a Caucasian war, where they're attacking each other, where they're going head to head. So once this event happens, it's going to trigger these events. We're headed to a time worse than the Holocaust when this happened. Time of unprecedented trouble, intense darkness, where the only light there be is this message, this angel message. It's the only light you'll have during this dark time, hopeless time, not a ray of joy. And this is when blacks are under attack. And the nature of that attack is due to famine, food shortages, which blacks will become food products. So if you remember, they ruled you as 3/5 of a human, which makes you a percentage of a human, which makes you an animal. So when there's no food, who you think they coming for? Who you think they hate you? They hate you the most. So before they eat their animals, before they eat their children, they'll eat you. So you, brothers and sisters, They're putting you on the menu because they're gonna be hungry. Once they lose this war, a lot of things gonna this place is about to be hell. Something no one could have ever thought of, because we were told that America was the greatest nation, the blessed nation by God, and people don't starve here, people don't go hungry here, food everywhere, it's food to eat everywhere, you can get lucky anywhere here in America. America's the blessed, greatest place to ever be, land of opportunity, land of this, land of that. They leave out the part where slaves, pedophiles, rapists, murderers, terrorists. That's what it was founded off of. Slavery, affliction, oppression, see, torment, torture, misery, enslavement, and affliction of blacks. But since you was an animal, didn't matter. That's how they looked at it. Didn't matter. Those things didn't matter. We gave you niggas opportunity. You were destined for death. We saved you. You see, that's what they telling you. That's what they saying when they walk all over your experience. But they wouldn't dare shit on the Holocaust like that. And they went through way less than we went through. 5-6 years or so. And here we are. Nearly 500 years worth of what they've done to us constantly. No stop. Day in, day out. No mercy, no remorse. No intentions to stop progress. If you're making progress, that means that you'll be making progress forever. Because if you're going to change, you just do it. You see? What you waiting on progress? It's been nearly 500 years. We'll give you another 500 years. We'll be completely out of existence. So, the fact that you're saying you're in progress means it's not in you. See? You're never going to get there. You'll always be working towards it because it's not in you. Because you're sick people. You're twisted, wicked, evil. Who say you're doing the works of God, works of Jesus. But you're a liar. You're Satan's worker. You work for Satan. You put Satan on the throne. You created Satan. You in Britain. You created false Israel, which is about to go down, about to come tumbling down. Taken out of existence. Shatter your whole reality. Find out who you are face to face. Finally get to see a mirror how hideous and filthy you are. Beast, monsters who tortured and tormented God's people. But now you can't let that idea spread. But in the midst of that idea, you're at war. You're at war with Russia because you throw Russia under the bus and blame them for you losing the war. You losing the war in the Middle East. You use them as a scapegoat because you can't tell them who it really was. Can't tell them it was them niggas and them UFOs. Master Farad Muhammad and his Japanese scientists. You can't tell them who helped Iran win that war. So you blame it on Russia. So now you lose the war in the Middle East. Can't get oil there. Can't get oil from Russia. And the only other place you can get it from is take you a while. It take a while for it to get here. By the time you go get it, and by the time you get it, chaos has already started. Things are out of control. People are cold in the dead of winter. Nothing is running. No cars, nothing on the road. Inflation skyrockets. Fuel high. No food. No oil. famine, shortages, cold, hungry. People eating each other. And they putting blacks on the menu first. That's why we in danger, brothers and sisters. So this war is a big deal. You would think that your local pastors and preachers and these big deal pastors and preachers, these T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, and you would think Oprah and all these people, Kanye West, Candace Owens, you see, all these public figures, you would think that they'd be telling you about these things. Because they're supposed to be people of God, right? They're supposed to be favored, highly favored. They're supposed to be directly connected to God, right? These people are supposed to be able to tell you about these things. But they can't. Because they don't know. Because only one would know. Only one could break the seals and understand what the unsealed scriptures say. They had to be unsealed. They had to be broken. It said only one can do it. No one in the heavens or the earth or under the earth could break the seals but the Lamb. So who are all these phonies, these fakes, these people telling you all these things? Who are they? They're in the way. Because they're not telling you that your life is in danger. They're not telling you what the Lamb said. They're not telling you what the angel has revealed, which is your guidance out of here. These people are misleading you, pushing you closer to your very death, putting you in a situation, putting you and your families in a situation where you're going to end up on the menu, on someone's dinner table, thinking that somebody like you, that these devils like you. They don't like you. So you have to find out their true colors here soon. So that's the importance of this message getting to you and telling you we're in danger. We need to be prepared to separate because it's about to go down here and you don't want to be here. It's about to be worse than the Holocaust. This place about to be up in smoke. It's on fire. But guess what? I know the way out. Follow me. And here, take these gadgets. Now see? Take these things you're going to need. Here's the Injil. Here's your mind. Here's the 5 mathematical pillars of Islam. Here's your protection from the fiery furnace so you won't be burnt by the flames. You see? Now let's go. Get ready. We in a mind war. And we're taking this reality down. And anybody that's in the way with it. So you're going to need this Injil, brother. You're going to need this Injil, sister. Because this is going to be your weapon. That's going to destroy your enemies. The high pressure that's destroying this reality. Here you are. Here. This is what's going to help you defeat your enemy. Here's your 5 mathematical pillars of Islam. It's going to help protect you during this time. Protect you from evil. Protect you from all the negative things that's going to happen to you. Minimize them. See? So instead of getting your arms severed off, or you see, or getting shot 50 times, getting ran over, or whatever. See, you get a paper cut. Or you burn your finger on the stove. See, something simple. Burn your finger on the stove while it's on a low heat. You see? You burn your skin as if your finger was just running through hot water in a sink. Not as harmful as being burnt up in an actual fire. You see, you minimize the damages. So these are the things you're going to need on our way out of here. You need to end your period. That's what's going to qualify you to make it out of this reality. So brothers and sisters, it's wartime. And the enemy is equipped with all the wrong weapons. Low pressure, knives, guns, grenades, missiles, bombs, this, that. It's not going to cut it. They're being crushed by the high pressure, by the NGO, by the truth. The highest pressure of this time, at this time right now. It's going to destroy our enemies. It's going to take their minds and crush them, making them impaired. Then you finish them. You see? Causing them to be confused by this reality, all this gender confusion, which is a clear sign that this thing is done. All this increase of everything, inflation, violence, drug use, it's all a sign. Increase of pressure. The more pressure is, things increase. The more pressure, you see, the hotter it is, you see? When the temperature increased, the pressure increased. You see? But you have the ability to withstand that pressure. But your enemies don't. They don't have the structure. They don't have the physique. They don't have the mindset to not be crushed. But you do, brothers and sisters. So it'd be wise to start thinking, to unravel the programming, undo the programming, get rid of Master's mind, trash it, get his software off your hardware, get it off your brain, and start thinking the way that you're supposed to think, the way your brain works. You're a spatial being. You've been programmed to think technical, but that's their reality. That's why you're not good in it. That's why you have the disadvantage here, because it's catered to their reality, to how they think, to their technical ability. So we can't win in that area. But we got somebody that can. Master Farad Muhammad, the Almighty God of our time, who has full authority and control over the situation. He's the one preparing the way for us. They can't mess with him. He's a technical genius. And the proof is the wheels that they can't identify, that shakes up or breaks their laws of physics, which just means that they don't know. Because obviously it's being done. So it means it's past their level of thinking. You see? Which is clear evidence that they don't have control. That they are out of control. Someone has control over them, which is Master Farad Muhammad. He controls the air. They thought that they did. They thought that they had control over the air. Whoever had control of the air wins. Well, It's Master Fard Muhammad. And them wheels, and his Japanese scientists that can shoot from the sky down to the water, move at incredible speeds, faster than any of their submarines or anything down there they got down there. Move double the speed, triple, shoot about the sky, and move faster than the speed of light. You see? So we have the control, brothers and sisters. Then you have Suleiman on the scene, controlling. He has control of the atmosphere too, called the thought sphere. See? Putting those higher vibrations in the atmosphere, putting them vibes out there, changing this reality. Thought is pressure. Words is pressure. The Injil is pressure. Higher mathematics, supreme mathematics, which is destroying this reality. So he's controlling the thoughts that's going out. It's caused this reality to change. He's the reason all these things has happened since he broke the seals in 1990. He's been changing reality, causing these things to happen. He's been on the scene non-stop. So we have no excuse, brothers and sisters, because even before his 30 years, he was still on the scene. But Elijah Muhammad, even before then, he was still on the scene. Now he's 73 years old, and no one can keep up with him. See? In his age group, we're supposed to be flying by him, right? Not at all. No one can keep up with him. Mathematical genius. Moving at speeds that no one can keep up with. No one was found worthy to keep up with except the elect, the 144,000, the tribe of Shabazz, Lazarus, which he's using all his energy for their resurrection, for them to rise. So that's going to happen, and once that happens, this thing is over with. Because I can't even handle Suleiman by himself. He's crushed this reality by himself. He gonna rise, he gonna raise up 144,000 people like him. Then you got the God on the scene. Woo. You got 144,000 like Suleiman. Woo. Y'all can't even handle that. Y'all begging. And he about to raise up Lazarus. All that pressure. He got the God on the scene. He's physically involved. Making moves, shutting down nuclear sites and controlling their weapons, EMPing them, and taking out their devices and stopping certain things from happening and stopping nuclear war. You see? Coming in on our behalf. Shortening those days or no soul be left alive. Coming in and intervene to stop a nuclear war, to stop us from them trying to scorch the planet, blow up everything, damage everything. You see? So you got all these people present. You got the prophets present. Isa Muhammad. You got Elijah Muhammad on the way back to tell all the phonies and fakes that they don't represent him. He has nothing to do with them. So all those people who think that they're Elijah Muhammad followers, you're sadly mistaken. Because if you're not with the son, if you're not with Suleiman, then you're against him because he's with Suleiman. You see? The messenger of the covenant who Elijah Muhammad prepared a way for. He prepared a way for the messenger of the covenant, but our brothers and sisters were deceived by our arch enemy. Was deceived by Louis Farrakhan, son of a devil, son of perdition, son of hell, Aaron. If you understand the story of Aaron, nothing good spoken about him. He got his followers slaughtered in himself in the process. Louis Farrakhan, disemboweled with a visible flame for all eyes to see, called disembowelment. Never in history has God chastised any of his prophets. So if this guy is indeed that, then he should be in pristine health. He should be able to carry you home as if the Messiah would. That's what they call him, right? The Messiah. He's in a wheelchair. He gonna wheel you to the promised land. He's not even healthy. He can't even stand up and talk. He's not even present. He can't do anything. So how is he taking you home? Because he's not. He's misleading you. He's using you. He's manipulating you. You see? He has you going against God. He has you going against the teachings, the original teachings. He's dished the teachings. He doesn't believe devils are devils because them are his brothers. I mean, that's his daddy in them. You see? He's Caucasian and black skin. He's about to be exposed. Not worried about him. So you got all these people down here. All that pressure build up. Suleiman. 144,000. The elect. The great army. Master Muhammad. Japanese scientists is piloting the wheels with him. Elijah Muhammad's back, present. The king prophet. But the other two prophets, Isa and Muhammad, who slayed the Roman Empire. You have all these people present. You have the prophetess. You have women prophets who's shaking up this earth, who's shaking up these Caucasian nations, who's putting their mathematical knowledge into the atmosphere, changing this reality, hitting this reality with these atom bombs. These atom bombs from the Injil, from a sister's perspective, shaking up this reality, because no one in this reality respects women's perspectives, let alone the black woman. So you got the original black woman. You got them on the scene, releasing atom bombs, making history, taking down the beast. No disrespect. These sisters got more balls than you. Talking to Farrakhan, and Ishmael, and all those clowns, putting the sisters on the front line. The beauty. To save his sorry ass. What a coward. So he's going to be dealt with properly. So you got all that pressure down here. This reality's not going to stand a chance, because high pressure eliminates low pressure, and they're being eliminated by Suleiman alone. So imagine when all this help becomes available. Imagine when all these things come together. America don't stand a chance. This reality is about to become fuel for the fire. It's already that. See? So it's going to be fuel for the fire, which is our new reality. It's going to be fuel for the new reality that we're headed to. So anything that's not with us is fuel that's going to become fuel for the fire that's creating the new reality, the new Jerusalem, the hereafter, the promised land, the kingdom that will last forever. Perfect. Beautiful. Where we'll make our own paradise in complete bliss. And every 50 years, we get an energy boost, as we do now, called Jubilees, and things just get better and better and better for us. Trillions upon trillions upon trillions of years to come. And that's the reward that they don't want you to have, brothers and sisters. They want you to stay here and suffer, take 6 states and reparations and all this crap. And the abomination of desolation is about to hit. So all those promises and all those things that you think you're about to receive, everything that you think that you got your hands on now, you think you're up one, or you think that you thinking that they putting you in on all the secrets. They're just distracting you. They're getting you ready to buy the package that's going to eliminate your contract to go home. They're getting you prepared to sell out your inheritance. They're making you believe that everything's A-OK. That blacks, life's going to get better for you blacks here. You got the demons, life's going to get better for us. And they're not even us. They're helping Massa. You see? So their agenda is to wipe us out. Befriend us. Make us believe that this reality is going to get better. Then take us out. Wipe us out. Get rid of us. So if you're investing in this vision, brothers and sisters, you're wasting your time, because this reality is coming to an end rather quick. So the wise thing to do is invest in your vision, the Abrahamic covenant. Get equipped with the high pressure, get the 5 mathematical pillars of Islam, and separate yourself from these people. Focus on investing in your vision, warning your people, saving your people, telling them about the abomination of desolation, telling them about the near event that's about to cause the attack of all blacks, that blacks are going to be in danger, that we about to be on the menu, that the world, that you know it, the world as you know will never be the same when this event happened. We're going straight into intense darkness, unprecedented trouble, the time of unprecedented trouble, the apocalypse. People gonna be zombies, famine, shortages, starving, people eating all their life. People ain't never starved a day in their life. People eating meals every day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks in between all those, and more. Buffets, this, that, to their disposals. You see? All inclusive. People have always been living good. So what you think is going to happen when they have no food? These people they don't even fast on a regular. They do it. If they have, they've done it and they've never done it again. I'm not doing that again. You see? A lot of people haven't did it at all because they tried it and that shit's crazy. I feel like I was about to die. I almost had to go to the hospital. So imagine that. People gonna eat you alive. They all Jeffrey Dahmer. They all Dracula. They all these damn vampires and zombies. They're all just like that Jeffrey. Jeffrey was just living his truth better than them. You see? He had no discipline. They had to be taught discipline. To keep their rule, they couldn't be like Jeffrey. Jeffrey was 1 in a million or more. You see? Living his truth. Because he had his other white brothers or white sisters, they were holding the discipline to keep them in power. You see, because they couldn't all just start eating us all up and doing all those things. Someone had to follow the guidance. You see? But here soon, this whole thing's about to be flipped against them. And they're going to be in the position we was when we was in the Holocaust. They're going to be in negative because this reality is going to flip on them. It's going to be against them. So they're going to have to use all their power, all their energy to prevent from being crushed. On top of that, they're gonna be suffering from energy deprivation. They're gonna be hungry. They're not gonna have any energy. They're gonna be going through all the things that we were going through, but worse, because it's gonna be compressed into 1 year. It's gonna be compressed all on them. So just imagine that. Imagine that, brothers and sisters. You see how they acted in the Holocaust, and they had everything. Look how they treat us. They have everything now. They still have everything. So imagine when they have nothing. We haven't even seen them at their worst. We seen them when they were doing great. And look how they treat us. You don't want to know how they're going to do us when they have nothing. Brothers and sisters, these people, you don't know. You don't know about these people. And I don't want you to find out. So it's important for us to get the hell out of here. Prepare to go home. Take our reward. Get out of here. Stuff ain't for us. All these things to come ain't for us. These things ain't for us, brothers and sisters. So, brothers and sisters, this reality, it's over. It says the gospel will be preached. Gospel preached all around the world. Then the end would come. A lot of people mistake that with the end of the world. The world's going to end. See? The analytical thinking. The spatial perspective of that, the Injil reveals the gospel be preached. The Injil be preached around the world, worldwide, the World Wide Web. That's how you get something around the world. And then the end would come The end of what? The end of America. Where the angel came out of. Because that's where Suleiman is. He's here in America. So it's the end of America. Read Exodus, which means to exit. Meaning we're exiting. They got hit with plagues for not letting us go. They got hit with all those plagues. And the last one would drive us all out together. You see? And if you understand the story of Exodus, said God would come. Seen our people in a miserable condition, broke his heart. He raised up one amongst us, Moses, which is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He did his thing. He preached to the chaff and wheat for 40 years. Preached to the demons and the saints. He was told not to separate them. He was told to preach to them so he wouldn't harm the saints. So he wouldn't harm the wheat. So he's preaching to the chaff and wheat 40 years to prepare the way for the messenger of the covenant, for Master Suleiman, to lead our people home. And just like Exodus tells us, Aaron, you see, his staff, his rod, the rod had many attributes. One was that it would turn black and white, and it was a snake. Black and white, and it was a snake. His staff was a support, which would be Aaron. He was black and white. Black on the outside, white on the inside. A snake. You see? Serpents are no good in the Bible. He was no good. Never anything was ever good about him in the Bible. He was the one who had the people worshiping the golden calf, had them going against God's teaching, had the people going crazy, had them worshiping false gods, idols, sticks and stones, stuff that don't make sense. Had people praying to mystery gods, telling them that our God prays to gods, which he don't. Because if he's praying to another God, then he's not the God. You see? Shitting on the message. He didn't believe in the message. He didn't believe that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was the messenger, and he didn't believe that Master Prophet Muhammad was the God. That's why he was disemboweled. On top of him not accepting the NGO. See, because that was part of Allah's plan that he refused. He was sent an invitation to accept it, and he didn't. That was his last straw. That was the add up. I mean, it's not like an add up, but it's like the moment he did that, he put the icing on the cake. He was around at the same time he rejected that invitation, the angel message. He was disemboweled. You see? So he did everything he's supposed to do. But I wasn't supposed to be deceived. They weren't supposed to be deceived. It told them not to be deceived. And they were deceived. It said that That's what it said. To not be deceived, and they was deceived. They failed the test. Elijah Muhammad were preparing them so they could accept the messenger of the covenant. So he could properly lead them. So he could properly guide them home and get them prepared to help him raise Lazarus and be a protection for them and aid him with getting our people home. But they failed. See? So if you understand the story of Exodus, Aaron was an enemy. Aaron was a liar and a hypocrite who didn't believe in God's teachings, who had himself, along with his followers, killed in the end. Then next, after him, was the messenger of the covenant, Suleiman, son of man, which is Latin for son of God. Joshua, Jesus, same thing, different language, brothers and sisters. The Messiah, the Lamb, the High Priest, he's here giving us the high pressure, the Injil, giving us back our right mind, what you need to go home. It says you have to be in the Lamb's book of life. So that's why when I say this event happened, I mean, hey, even if this event happens and you know about it, but you wasn't up warning your people and telling them about it, you wasn't adding to the fight, you just knew about the event, you was sitting on it, then you show up to the Lamb's wedding, you'd be thrown out. Because he's keeping a list. You have to be in the Lamb's book of life. Not your pastors, not your mamas, not your grandmas, not your girlfriends, not the industries, not your bosses. You see? Not Farrakhan's. So you gotta be in the Lamb's book of life. It says, Master Prophet Muhammad said that God, it says that he would come back to deliver those that's in Suleiman's book, in the Lamb's book of life. And those who was not found worthy, those who were not in there, were thrown into the lake of fire. Meaning he had to go back through the tribulations. That's the menu too, brothers and sisters. So not only are you fleeing from being eaten, you have to still make it in the book to prevent from having to be eaten as well. Because then you have to go back to the tribulations and get your right mind back. And do all these things you didn't do. What you failed, you have to do a makeup test. You have to go back in the incubator. You have to be prepared. That's why I say you have to be purified. See? That's what it says in the scripture. John baptized them with water, which represented Elijah Muhammad. He came and gave the people life. Gave them the image. Gave them the teachings. Did everything for him. And when he left, when he departed, everything fell apart. Because they didn't have any spirit. They had life, but they didn't have any spirit. That's what Suleiman's here to do. He's here to give us spirit. So when you have spirit, that means in you. You see? So Islam must glow from within. You fuel your own light, making you a god. You see? So it says that he would come and baptize the people with fire. Fire makes anybody move. See? So you had to be, he would purify the gold and the silver. Silver takes a little longer than gold to purify. So The silver will take longer to purify than the gold. The gold will come out much faster. So if you're part of that silver category, which is the African nations, it's going to take you a little longer. So you definitely need a head start. That's why Superman was coming to prepare you, but you denied him. You see? He was coming to prepare you because it takes you longer. You see? It takes longer for you to purify. It takes you longer to comprehend these things because you're not the elect. But you're still in you. You still have the ability to upload this message, upload the NGO. But when this fire's on your ass, when all these things taking place, you'll find a way to do it. You'll improvise. You'll make it happen. You see? So brothers and sisters, time of unprecedented trouble. It's a big deal. Abomination, desolation. It's a big deal. The Abrahamic covenant, your vision, it's a big deal. So anyone not telling you about this event is hindering you, preventing you from moving to the next reality, preventing you from living, from going home, from getting your reward, living in paradise in complete bliss, stopping you from upgrading from an angel to a god, stopping you, preventing you from moving forward, causing you to be a time anchor, which means you're not moving in time. So if you're not growing, then you're dying. It means you're stuck in time. Everything stuck in time is dead. You don't want to be stuck in time. You don't want to be held back. You see? You want to move forward. So those that are doing that, those that are in the way, those like Farrakhan and his group, those industry pastors and preachers, locals, all of them, anybody that's in the way, any soothsayers or fifth, sixth, 12th dimensions and parallel universe and you see, law of attraction, voodoo, and all this mythical crap. Everybody's going to be paid in full for their actions and their part in causing our people to be lost, meaning gone, taken out of existence, dead, murdered, killed, completely gone from the lack of knowledge. Knowledge that you had, that you could have gave them, that you could have spread it, that you could have put out in the atmosphere, in the thought sphere, to prepare our people. Because think about it. If they was hearing these things more often, you see, not only is it out in the atmosphere, out, those vibes out, now they're hearing them. You see, they're channeling in on them because they're out. There's so many of them out in the atmosphere. It's changing the reality. More, you see, and people now they gravitating to it because it's out in the atmosphere more often. You see, so now they gravitating to it. You see. But y'all pushing other agendas. You're pushing falsehood. You're pushing crap. You're pushing philosophy, beliefs, opinions. Stuff that's against the message. So you're going against the message. You're slowing the message down. You're stopping people from hearing the message because they got all this crap that everybody else is pushing. They hooked on all the crap. So this message isn't reaching them. So those who are doing that, that blood will be on your hands. You don't get away with anything. That's consequence. You see? So where we're going, if you're original, like Ishmael, those type of people that are original, you see? It'll be those who go home. It'll be those who get everlasting life, who make it out of the tribulations after they're purified. Then it'll be those who make it out of everlasting shame and appallment. Meaning that they betrayed our people. They sold our people out. You see? Now they'll be going through a punishment in paradise. They'll be servants. They'll be tattooed as a traitor and punished for what they've done. They'll be going through a slight Holocaust. And then their children will be tattooed forever as the son or daughter of a traitor. And we might let them come out, but they're going to come out with that tattoo on their head to show that your father, that you're the bloodline of a traitor. You see? So everyone has choices. We're not bound by prophecy, brothers and sisters. The scientists just wrote down what they saw. That means they just wrote down what you did. So the choice is yours. You're not bound by what they put in there. They just wrote down what they saw. They didn't write down every remote detail of it. They wrote down the well-needed information. You see? They didn't write down when you went to the restroom, what you ate Thursday. They didn't write down stuff like that. You see? So you're not bound by anything. Everybody has choices. So they just wrote down what they saw was going to happen. They just wrote down what the people did. That means you made the decision. It's you that's making the decision. You had to make the decision. Somebody has to do all these things. See? Suleiman had to make the decision to do all these things. He didn't have to do anything. He added it up. Seen the danger we were in. He's seen the condition our people was in and where we was headed and what the angel said and what he said, what it was said would be needed. This would be needed. So he went off that. Well, our people gonna need this. You see? So he did what was best for our people. So he made the ultimate sacrifice, preaching to the graveyard, preaching to nobody. Well, he's not preaching to nobody, but I'm saying that's how I felt. Preaching to the dead, non-responsive. You see? Giving them all his energy, putting him in putting him in a state of self-imposed deprivation, self-imposed energy deprivation. Meaning he gave all his energy, and he dug into the next day's worth of energy just to raise up Lazarus. He's giving him as much energy as he could, giving him much information, knowledge, and wisdom, and going in day in, day out, just to raise them up because they require so much energy. But he gave it all. He He's giving it all he got. Because he knows the condition our people in. He knows that they need this information. And if he didn't do it, then who's going to do it? See, because everybody thinks prophecy just worked because it says, this is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens. It's prophecy. That's what they said was going to happen. You see? But you got to understand, nothing happened unless you make it happen. People have to make things happen. So it means that if he didn't do it, it means somebody else got to do it. But if he didn't do it, nobody would have did it. That's why he did it. You see? So everybody can cut it. You can cut the crap about the stuff gonna happen anyway. Yeah, you're right. Because somebody gonna make it happen. Things have to be made happen. So that attitude, we don't want that. We don't need that. We're just gonna get in the way. All I'm saying, brothers and sisters, we have to make things happen. We're going to stay in the same condition unless we make things happen. There's no mystery God with a cape or fly out the sky that's going to save you. Now, Master Muhammad, he does have wheels, which he will deliver those who in the Lamb's Book of Life. See, that's not spooky. We talking about real life things, not one man out flying out the sky with a cape. You see? Or just flying with wings, whatever they tell you, something that's not real, fiction. You see? We talking about real life, things that can happen, things that you can prove, things that has been seen or been proven or have been that you've experienced or you experimented with. You've seen the facts behind it. You see? That's true faith. Facts. The truth of this. This is what's going to happen if you do that. You see? That's our reality. Action. Action. Reaction. You see? Action. Consequence. This is what happens. Good or bad. This is what happens. Not pray on the star and wish and hope. Not close your eyes all your might and pray to God. You see? That's fairy tale. You see? Stuff. It's fake. You have the power, brothers and sisters. You have the potential to have the power you need to get you out of this reality. It's up to you to start using it and invest it wisely, turning that energy that you have left over into power to push you out of this reality, put you in position to get out of this reality. That's the goal. Get out of this reality. That's what our ancestors would want. To get out of this reality. Not stay here. Not take reparations. Not take this worthless land that has no topsoil. Not stay amongst your enemies. You see? They want you to separate. Go home. Avenge their name. Avenge the sisters. The true warriors who made sure we were still here. Birthed our nation. Make sure we're still around when Master Child takes out of existence. You see? Avenge her. Gain that respect back from her. Put her back where she belonged. In her own land, her own culture, name, heritage, all that. She get her inheritance. Put her back at the top of the pedestal where she belongs. Never to be touched again. Not a hair on her head. See? Not disrespected, nothing. No more disrespect of the black woman. You see, we're going home, and it's gonna be nothing like this reality. Completely different. It's gonna be wonderful. But you have to have the mind to go there, or you'll be crushed, or you'll be bitter, which is a form of being crushed, because you're a Negro bot. We're Negro bots, brothers and sisters. We're programmed to love this reality, to love this world's life. That's why you can't be attached to it. That's why you have to let it go in order to save your life, to go home. Because if you hold on to it, you're going to hold on to it when you get there, and you're not going to accept the reward properly, because you're still holding on to what you did back in the past. You got to move forward to accept your reward. You have to become yourself again, because you're other than yourself. So you're other than yourself going to get there and not going to appreciate what's stored for you, what was protected for you. So it's not like you going through the tribulations because you're sinful. You see, like Farrakhan, we're not saying that. We're saying you're going through tribulations because you're not prepared to go home. That's the problem. Because if it was about just taking you, then come on, let's go. Because I want you there. But it's not that. It's the mind. Because we're going to a mathematical world. We're going to a mathematical reality, high pressure, where you have to function on high pressure. And if you're functioning on low pressure, you're going to be crushed. High pressure eliminates low pressure. So we have to put you in a high pressure field. We got to put you in a high pressure. You got to put yourself in a high pressure. But you have to be equipped with it in order to go home, because we're going to a reality that's going to continue increasing. And things are going to get greater and greater. And you have to have the mind to do it. You have to have the mind to be present in that reality. So the angel is preparing you for the hereafter. It's preparing you for the new reality. So it's not a punishment. It's not. See, people, that's cold. That's messed up. We already went through all that. We went through all this. I know we went through all this, went through all that. But think about it. You made it this far, brothers. Sisters, you made it this far. I mean, every time you did the necessary things to be there. You did all the necessary steps to be there. I mean, you kept doing what you were supposed to do to move forward. Meaning you didn't give up. Meaning you prepared. Every time the time came to move forward, you prevailed. You got your hands on what you needed at that time, uploaded the knowledge, uploaded the scriptures, uploaded what you needed to move forward in time so you can still be here. Those who are not with us didn't move forward in time. They didn't accept the message. They didn't accept the knowledge. So they were left in time. You see? Because we upgrade. Some people don't want to upgrade. Some people that's all they want to do. Is what they did. They don't want to move forward. They're stuck in the past. They can't move forward. So that's the reason why our people have to that's the reason why our people have to go through the tribulations, brothers and sisters. It's not about you being sinful, because this is what America did to us. You see? But we do have their ways. And we can't bring it to a kingdom, because we're going to a kingdom that is going to be perfect. It's going to, you see? We're going to a kingdom that's going to be made, that's going to be created perfect. A kingdom that will last forever. And we can't bring certain things, certain behaviors, certain ways of thinking, because we'll end up back in the same situation. We'll end up back in the Holocaust. We end up back in the same situation. Somebody take your freedom from you. So that's the importance of telling you, start now. Get rid of master's mind. Deprogram yourself. Remove that junk. You see? Upload this message. Because it's the only thing that's going to save you. I'm not telling you this to be a party pooper or to ruin your opportunity or whatever you think you got going on, or oh, he's hating. He wants you to have nothing like him. Now that's the thing. I'm teaching you to upgrade your mind. Knowledge is wealth. Knowledge and wisdom is wealth. What you know is what makes you powerful. Our world is based off mathematics. So you want to be equipped with the knowledge. You see? You want to be equipped with knowledge. See, because this world is ran by money. An illusion of energy. And we all have the same amount of energy. But they give you money as an illusion of energy to make it seem like someone's better than you. But no one's better than the next. Because we all do the same thing. We all have the same amount of energy. It's based off what you do with it. Based off what you know. So a lot of people in a position that they claim is better than you aren't better than you. They just have more money than you in this reality. And this world is powered by money. See? But the reality we headed to, there is no money. It's powered off the abilities of the people. A meritocracy based off what you know, what you're capable of doing. You see? And then we all benefit from one another. Because we're one body. So we don't want a person who hates being the butt. I don't want to be no butt. But we need to sit down. You see? You're important. You're still part of the legs. We need you to move. I still need you. I still need my behind. You see? Somebody prick it or poke it or something happens to that behind, that body gonna feel it. So you're just as important. Nobody's more important than the other. It's just you go wherever you want you do what you want. And your paradise is your paradise. So your level of knowledge and wisdom is up to you. That's just, now you're just equipped to do things that people who not on that level can do. You do certain things that others can't do because you have a higher level of knowledge. So you're capable of doing certain things that another can't do. That don't make you better than them. That person might only like to be on the level of thinking he's on. He likes that. And there's people around him that like that. And they like that. And we love it. We love that they like that. Then you got people that like to be on the higher end. There's people like that. And they all love it. See? And we love that. We like, see? Because there's no conflict. There's not going to be any conflict, any collisions. Well, there's going to be interactions. But not those not violent collisions. You see? We're still going to interact. That's a collision, but that's how our universe works. We have to communicate, you know. So there's not going to be any violence like here. Aggressive disagreements. There'll be disagreements because we all don't like the same thing. See, we all like a certain thing, but we might like a certain flavor. That's okay. You get a bunch of people who like this flavor, a bunch of people who like that flavor. That's okay to have a disagreement. It's okay. See? You see? We just make a simple decision. You see? These people that like ice cream over here, these people who like that ice cream over here, these people who like this ice cream over here. You see? No problems. We're good. And when we move forward in time, like we're doing now, how there's a new reality. There's a new reality coming about. You have people who resist change. And you have people who's ready to move forward. You see, you want to be the people that move forward every time, because the people who resist change, like now, you don't make it to the new reality. You don't move forward in life. So that means that things end now for you. So you want to constantly always be that person who's in the favor of moving forward in reality, because that means you get to stay around longer. You see, you wise enough, you stick around longer. You holding on to the past. You want to be this. I want to be this. I love what I am. I don't want to be this. You see, that's fine too, because we're going in a world where people getting taller and bigger, and you still want to stay small. I mean, that's on you. You see, that's the choice you made. But we're moving forward in time, and now we're giants. You see, before you know it, you be the only short guy, short woman, or whoever. You be at a disadvantage in the new reality. So you want to move forward. You want to upgrade. We gotta move. We gotta keep moving forward. You see, and those who can't. You see, those who can't, they can't. So that's it for them. Until the next time. But it's still your personal choice, brothers and sisters. You do what you want. You see, that's the beauty of it. No, it won't be any more deaths and things like that. The way that we die here, it'd be peaceful. You just blow a fuse from being completely happy in what you're doing. You see, so you just couldn't have it until you couldn't have enough. You blew a fuse. The reality was so great. You see, that's how we're going out. Won't be any more child labor pains and all that stuff that our beautiful sisters go through. They won't be going through all those things anymore. They won't be going through all that. You see? It's gonna be a peaceful process. We're gonna be youthful. Everything that you think, like how this reality works, but these people, they always trying to fix something, fix that, fix this, fix that. It's cool to fix stuff that needs to be fixed. But people fixing stuff that don't need to be fixed. You see, putting stuff inside, stuff that don't go in places. Putting inanimate objects in their body, or putting certain things that fat to your back to fat in your butt. Like you see, and that a lot of that is them demons, brothers and sisters. If original people doing that, we was influenced, and we regret it. You see, but in hereafter, as long as you got everything that's still attached to you, it's gonna be back healthy. You're gonna be youthful again. You see, as long as you got it, you can't gain something that you ain't got. You gotta wait till you upgrade. You see. So it's the importance of keeping everything you got, because it's going to revive. We're going to get, as long as you still got it, now you're going to get it back where it was, back healthy, back strong, back firm. You see? Women, your breasts going to go back up, and your body ain't going to be sagging, your face ain't going to be wrinkled, you're going to be beautiful than ever. The men's going to be strong as they want to be. Strength and the beauty. We're going, man, brothers and sisters, food gonna be so fresh you don't even need refrigerators. The land of milk and honey. Life. Plant life. Animal life. Full of life. A place full of life. Topsoil, this, that. You see? Nothing like this reality. Nothing like this reality. Nobody charging you to do what you like to do. No one forcing you to do what you like to do. Mansions for everybody. Even the lowest in the kingdoms would have mansions, brothers and sisters. We're going to a reality. It's hard to fathom that idea. It's hard to wrap your, you see, as they would say, wrap your thoughts around it. It's hard to comprehend something so great. We've never done it. You know, can't speak for everybody, but you've never experienced complete bliss. You've never experienced bliss. You don't know how it feels. You've never not. You see, and like how this world is, how they got everything. They got the industrial on Earth. Like they got all the warehouses and all these things polluting the air, and all these cars and all this stuff polluting the air, and they got their manufacturing on Earth. We don't do that. We don't pollute where we live. We do it off planet. You see? Brothers and sisters, there's so much stuff that we got to look forward to. And all we got to do is get past this reality. All we got to do is get past this reality, because we're going home. We're going home. It's going to be It's going to be 1,000 times better than this reality. Probably more than that. You can't even put a number on it. It gets so great. So this reality is nothing compared to where we're headed. And the thing is, a lot of you ready to go. A lot of you brothers and sisters ready to go. You're ready to get out of this reality. But you're headed the wrong direction. Because a lot of us think we're going to heaven. So we putting all our energy into going to heaven, which is the wrong direction. But if you could just get your hands on this, hear this truth, get this information, you'll be headed in the right direction. You see? On your way to the finish line, to the new reality, to reality much greater than this. That's reserved for you. That's a free gift for you. It's your reward for all the things you went through. This is your reward. And you got people in the way of your reward. They don't want to tell you about your reward, or they telling you about this and that, and they charging you for the information. Something that's a lie anyway. They charging you for false information. So even if it was to be true, they must didn't want you to have it. They must, you see, they didn't care enough for you to have it because they charge you for it. What happened when you can't afford it? I can't keep affording this information. But it's supposed to be from God, right? So why isn't it free? If it's something I'm supposed to have, why are you charging me for something I'm supposed to have? If I need this thing, I can't afford that. Oh, tough luck. See? Something that's for you is supposed to be free because it's for you. Someone wants to see you successful. They want to see you doing well, right? They say this is for you. That God had this store for you, right? So why ain't it free? Because what greater gift than me to get what's due to me? Due to us. You see, what's due to that achievement is better than some money. Watching my people overcome this wicked reality, this evil, terrible reality that's sucking us dry of our energy and killing us. And nothing better than seeing you get out of this reality, seeing you wake up, seeing everything they told you that was invisible is visible. Now you can see that all these things they said that you couldn't see, you can see. Now you see the devils, these Caucasians. Now you see the demons, the black-faced children who look like us, but they ain't us. You see them now. Now you can identify what an angel is. Now you can identify who's Lucifer, who's Satan, who's this, who's that. You can identify these things now. See? Now you're back sane. You see? Because right now we declared as insane, but this reality, the insane people are the sane ones. That's how they flipped it. Opposite day. So the people who sane are insane. The people who see things for what they are, see the truth. You see? We declared as crazy. We declared as they brainwashed. They programmed. They you see? They trying to take you to hell. They hateful people. They always talking hateful. You see? We just telling the truth. Truth hurts. You see? That's our reality. Truth. Truth shall set you free. It hurt. But once you get over it, you heal from that, now you can move forward. You can make the best decision. Because now, you're not worried about your emotions. You see? Because that's what they put us at. To be emotional. So now, somebody hurt my feelings. But I'm trying to tell you something. So now you know, and now you know something. You see? Once you know, now you can do better. So you know, you see? Now you know you can do better. That's all I'm saying, brothers and sisters. You can make a better decision. You know better, you do better. You see? But we've been taught to be the defend, put your wall up against anybody that's trying to tell you something. Now, I mean, I'm all for putting your wall up against Farrakhan, putting your wall up against these pastors and these preachers, these demons. You know, it's cool to have your fence up. It's good to ask questions. It's good to, you know what I'm saying? It's good to challenge somebody on what they know and stuff like that. It's good to do that. But once somebody start making sense, once this information start making sense, then you find it upon yourself to still not listen. See, now you're not being effective. You're hurting yourself because you just wanted to see. Now you want to try to humiliate people. You want to try to make a fool out of everybody because you think you're better or something, or you see, you think that you know it all. You're not even trying to really learn. You're just trying to be a jerk, or whatever they call it. You see? But if you're doing it because you're in search for something, and once you receive it, and all these dots line up, and things make sense, 2 + 2 = 4. Once you keep getting that same answer, 3 + 1 = 4. Once you keep getting that answer, then you deny it. You see? Now then now that makes you a fool. Because now you hold on to what you think is going to save you. Even though this stuff makes sense. You know, this stuff it's 100% sound good. But I'm gonna keep believing in Jesus Christ. I'm gonna keep believing in the message to the black man. I'm gonna keep believing in Elijah Muhammad, what Elijah Muhammad taught. You see, and we have nothing against the messenger. All respect is due to him forever. You see? But we've moved past his time. It's no longer his time. He's done his job. And now it's the time for the messenger of the covenant, Suleiman. It's time to go home. Joshua, Jesus, the one who lead us home. And the messenger of the black man and all those things that we follow, they're good books. But they were only given to you for a certain time. It only had enough knowledge in there for 40 years. For 40 years or so. So now, that's as far as that knowledge go. So it's irrelevant. It's not going to help you move forward. You see? So a lot of our brothers and sisters, that's why you have to learn that's why you have to have a firm heart. You see, you can't be emotional. You can't be hurt by what somebody's telling you. Especially if somebody trying to do you harm, that's different. But when somebody trying to help you, lead you to the right direction, you see, or you come in contact with one that's trying to lead you into the right direction, and you just ignore it because ain't nobody following him, nobody listening to him, nobody like that person. You ain't got this, you ain't got that. Ain't nobody, you see? That ain't got nothing to do with anything. Who's listening? You know who's listening. You know who's paying attention. You know how many people are tuned in to this. You just pay attention to what you can only see. See, because you understand mathematics. You understand that the enemy is trying to butcher this message. You understand that this message is being suppressed. There's thousands of people listening. So you're paying attention to how many views, how many likes, how many loves, how many people sharing it, how many people involved, how much interaction it has, who's doing what, is it trendy, is it popular? You see, those things that get you caught up every time. Because you're paying attention to the wrong thing. You got to pay attention to what makes sense. What makes sense? What makes mathematical sense? What's logical? You see? What's factual? What's the facts behind what's being said? Is it true? You see? Can you show me? Can it be proven? So that's part of moving forward, brothers and sisters. Being able to accept the truth when you come in contact with it. Being able to accept the truth. Being able to let go of what's hindering you from growing. What's stopping you from moving forward. Being able to set that aside and say, that was good. That information was great. This is better. This is more appropriate. This is spot on. You see? This is time. This is time, what do you call it? This is on time. You see what I'm saying? This is in time. This is it. You see? Accepting that this is it. Because a lot of people just don't, once they find something, they just stick to it. Even though it's not working, even though it's out of date, even though it's looked upon, it's glorified, but you can see that it's irrelevant. You can see that it doesn't match up with things that's taking place in the reality that's going on around you. You can see the evidence in front of you. But you're making a decision because it's emotional, because you're giving everything you got to to that knowledge, to that understanding, to that time that you were in. You gave everything you got to that at that time. And you've become, as they would say, you became an old dog. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. You see? And that's a problem. Because if you can't learn new tricks, if you can't move forward, then you hinder yourself. You wipe yourself out. You see? You annihilate yourself from moving forward. From moving forward, brothers and sisters, you can't do that. You see? It's okay to be skeptical. It's okay. That's what we want. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to question a person, to challenge what that person said. It's okay. But don't just do it to the point where you see, once you find out a person is lying, and they're continuously lying, they're lying, and they're lying, like Farrakhan and them, they're just liars. They lie. You see, it's best to just, you see, everything they say is a lie. They can't prove nothing they say. See, those type of people, it's okay to put your fence up. It's okay to put your wall up. It's okay to say, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You see? But when you're listening to this message, you listen to Master Suleiman, you listen to the Injil, and these things making all that sense. All these things making all that sense. Stuff that you've never heard of. Stuff that people are not talking about because they don't have the knowledge. But these things make sense. Why ain't nobody talking about this? Because the higher pressure, they can't. They don't have, well, if it's our brothers and sisters, they have the ability to do it. They just don't have the information. And then those who are listening, they might be demons. They look like me and you. So to them, they can't comprehend it because it's not for their mind. You see? And then there are our brothers and sisters, and they love where they are. You see? Those who resist change, they don't want to move forward. They don't want to do all that. I'm not doing all that. You see? I'm not doing that. I'm sticking to this. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be good. I'm going to stick to this. You see? And then when you have that attitude, you're influencing other people around you to act like that. You see? You're putting that vibe out that this is what I'm doing. See? Now other people are like, right, that's what I'm doing too. You see? Because our brothers and sisters, that's the condition we're in. We're programmed. We don't go off what might be, well, he might not want to listen to that, but let me see what they got to offer. You see? We don't think like that. We've been taught to do the monkey see, monkey do type deal. See, that's the condition we in. We following someone. It's fine to follow. It's fine to follow if you're being led in the right direction. You see? But once you're following that person in the right direction, that person should be able to give you your own set of wings so you can fly. You see? Not holding you back from flying. Not holding you, not literally flying, brothers and sisters. You see, it's a parable. You should be able to do things on your own now. You see what I'm saying? This person shouldn't hinder you. Once you got it, now you got it. You see? Now you can move forward. That's all. We're just trying to move forward. I ain't listening to nothing. I got this here. I got how to eat to live. I got message black man. I got fall from America. I got this. You see? That's ignorance. Those books are great books. Those things that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did were great things. He did a hell of a job when he was down here. Who could have did what he did? That's why he did it. You see? Because nobody was willing to do what he did, you see? He had to preach to the chaff and the wheat, to the demons and the saints, to the non-original blackface demons. He was in there with crooks, murderers. You see? He was in there with mischief makers and bloodshedders and liars and thieves and hypocrites. And you see? He's amongst all that. Amongst all that. Who could have did that job? You see? Who could have did that? That's why he did it. You see? Who could have did Master Suleiman's job? Who could have did it? Nobody did it. He's the only one who did it. We all could have did it. He's the only one who did it. You see? It's about who did it. Did you do it? Did you do it? You see? It's about, did you do it? Or did you just sit back and let somebody else do it, and then you try to come in and claim that you would, that y'all did it? You see? Trying to steal credit. See? Farrakhan. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. You see? That's why he's disemboweled in the first place. Taking on titles. You're taking on titles that you didn't earn. That comes with consequence. You can't do that. You see? You pay for everything you do. You build up false titles. You come along. You get the things, the illnesses. You conjure up illnesses and things of that nature from taking on those titles, and you didn't earn them. So now you're getting punished with the consequence of your actions of taking on those titles. You see? You can't do that. So you can't escape mathematics. So it don't matter if nobody's watching you. They can't see me. You see? But mathematics is always keeping calculation. See? That's the meaning of perfection. That's the definition of love. It's perfect. You see? Mathematics is perfect. You can't get away with it. No one has ever gotten away with consequence. No one has ever gotten away with it. So brothers and sisters, we're going home. I say all this to say that we're going home. You did a fantastic job. And we're just this close. We made it this far. We're just this close to making it home. We're just that close, brothers, sisters. We're just that close. Job well done. You did a great job, brothers and sisters. This was a tough time for us. Nobody else wanted to take on this. Nobody else wanted to take on this responsibility. No one wanted to put themselves in this position. No one wanted to make this sacrifice. You see, no one else wanted to be in this position with us. We did it. You see, we made a sacrifice for all, for everyone. We put ourselves in this position for the sake of everyone else, for the sake of the planet, so we can move forward, so our reality can move forward. We did this because we love. We love to move forward. We love to do the will of Allah, which is whatever is best. You see, whatever the best option is, that's the will of Allah. You see, the plan, the best plan, and whoever moves forward with the best plan is the one that's righteous. That discipline and being able to move forward, you see? There's no other deed better than the will of Allah. So that's the definition of being a Muslim. If you don't know, it's just those who do the will of Allah. Entirely, you see, who entirely submit to the will of Allah, telling you, mean that you're moving forward in reality. Not being hung up, not being caught up on outdated stuff, not being upset because somebody hurt your feelings, because that's how they did us, which is understandable. But we got the knowledge to get you out of that, so you can think properly, so you can move forward. You see, so you can move forward in time and be in sync with reality, be in sync with the will of Allah, which is the greatest achievement, is doing that, doing Allah, doing the will of Allah. That's the greatest achievement. Doing it, completing it. But you receive a reward based off your actions, based off what you did, based off the amount of commitment that you put in, the effort you put in. No deed goes unseen. You're accounted for everything you do. You're paid in full. So you don't worry about who seen you, who did this, who did that, who seen me do it. What, y'all seen me do that? You see? I ain't seen me do that. I gotta do that over. Or I ain't about to do that until they get here. No, you just do it. You see? That this reality is terrible. People, video camera and this, recording that, showing this, showing that. You see? Instead of just doing it, just do it. Just do it because that's what you wanted to do. Just get it done. And if the camera happened to be rolling while you was doing it, you see? But don't set up scenarios to put yourself to be seen. You see? See? Because Allah, it says, being the one who wants to be seen. It's not genuine. I mean, it's not in the heart. Your mind. You see? Meaning you're just doing it, but it's not in your heart. You see? Your mind has different intentions behind why you're doing it. Meaning it's not genuine. Meaning that's not who you are. You've been other than yourself, which won't last long. Because you leave a person alone, you leave him by himself, he will be himself. She will be herself. You see? You leave a person by themselves, their nature will reveal themselves. You see? So with that said, that's all the reason to separate from these devils and demons, because we're being possessed. We're sharing energy with them. You see? We're mixed in with them. We're pure water and they're dirt. Together, we make mud. But when we separate, we'll be pure water again and they'll be dirt. You see? From dust they came, you see? From dust they came to dust they return. You see? That's what it speaks about. That's Injil. Adam was made from the dust of the earth. That's speaking about the Caucasian people. You see? That's speaking about the creation of Britain. And from Britain came America. Eve came out of Adam's rib. You see? Which Britain is is an island off the coast of Europe. It's on the side of something. And that's where America came out of, the side of, which is the rib of Adam. The side of, see, that's angel language, brothers and sisters. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, that's what you have to look forward to. We once you have your mind back, you see everything so clearly, brothers and sisters. Can't nobody get in your way. Where you headed. You got a clean shot. You got 20/20 vision. You got a clear steering. You got a clean windshield. You got a sturdy, it's a sturdy steering wheel. You see? 20/20 vision with your GPS system, the NGL. You know exactly where you're going, what's going to happen before it happened. Heads up, the advantage. You see? Clear clear windshield, steering wheel to steer you away from all trouble. 5 mathematical pillars of Islam. You see? You apply these things. You invested in your vision. You put yourself in position to God's reality. You're blessed. If you can see these things, you're blessed. So no matter what anyone thinks about you, because when this reality comes to an end, you're the blessed one. You're the one who took heed. You're the one who took the time. You're the one who did what was necessary to move forward. That's what matters. That you took that initiative to move forward, and in the process, you see, you rose up. You became a beacon, a light to shine bright for your people, so they can come to you. You see, so you can lead them in the right direction. You can warn your people and tell them about what's taking place, so they can do the same as you did, giving them the same opportunity to invest in their vision, to go home, to save another. You see? That's when it says, who will help Allah? Who will help him? Who's going to help? Push his will. Who's going to help? Who's going to help save his people? You see? Who's going to help do it? Because somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it, brothers and sisters. So just keep that in mind. Things have to be done. Someone has to do it. Nothing happens by mistake. Nothing happens because it was a miracle. No such thing as superstition and all this crap. Something happened because somebody made it happen. Or you made it happen. Someone's actions caused that to happen, which was a reaction, which is consequence. So once you start understanding that concept, brothers and sisters, your life's going to become much easier. Because that's how our reality works. So once you start thinking like that, your life is better. Because now it's no longer a mystery. If I do that, you see, if you do this is what's going to happen. Not leaving it up to whatever I do, God got no control, God got it. So you're just living like that, reckless, self-destruction. You see? Inflicting harm on yourself from the lack of knowledge. See, you can prevent all those things. You're the one in control. You're the one in control, brothers and sisters. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go, brothers and sisters. But just know, your future's in your hands. You're building the stair steps to your future. It's up to you to do it. No one can make you do anything. You're the one who has the power. So with that said, brothers and sisters, I'm going to bring this to a close. Thank you for listening to me. Assalamu alaikum.